And it is our 25th anniversary celebration, Spring Sharathon. And because it's our 25th anniversary, we've been looking back at some of the fun stuff that happened over the past 25 years and talking with some of the people who have helped make Yes FM what it is today. And we're going to go to the phones where we're joined by one of those people. You know him, you love him. It's Chado!
Shadow!
What's happening, Chad?
What's up? What's up, guys? How you doing?
We're living large, baby. You know how it is.
You're living large. They trusted us to be on the same time, right, Tommy?
It's been a long time since we were together, and they probably forgot.
I'll chaperone.
Who's making those decisions now, right?
It's obviously things are starting to fall through the cracks, and here we are together. But
that's all right. Hey, it's good to be back on with you guys and sharing about the ways that God has blessed Yes FM over the years.
So, Chad, tell us, you came on. When did you come on with Yes FM? When did you first start?
I came on way back in 1999.
Wow.
Believe it or not, yeah. So I'll try to make this short, but it actually goes back to 1995 as a freshman at Bowling Green State University. I was a broadcast journalism major, and I had the high aspirations of going into sports broadcasting and being on ESPN and all the fame and the fortune that goes along with that. But then God had different plans. And so about 4 weeks into my freshman year at Bowling Green, I became a Christian through the ministry of Campus Crusades for Christ, and I think they're called Crew now. But God totally just transformed my life and set me on a different path. And so for the next couple of years, I continued in my program. I didn't want to switch majors, but I knew that sports broadcasting was not my calling. So I just prayed a lot and had people around me praying for me and speaking wisdom into my life. And then finally my junior year, I think it was around my junior year, where I needed an internship. And one of my friends said, hey, there's this great Christian radio station in Toledo called Yes FM. And I said, well, that sounds good, because I was always into music, grew up on heavy metal and hard rock and classic rock. And it was right around that time when Yes was making that transition from adult contemporary to more of the rock and the hip-hop, all the stuff that I really loved. And so I called Todd Hostetler, bugged him, left a lot of messages, finally wore him down, got an interview for an internship, and that's kind of where it went from there in 1999.
And I remember meeting you there. I was coming in during that time on Tuesdays with Todd and Vonda, and we were doing little comedy bits and fun stuff, and we came in, and you would do the production on some of those things. I remember one, we were doing Mocha Man. And it was Night of the Decaf Zombies, and I remember because you were the zombie. You had one line. All you had to do was say coffee, and you couldn't remember it. It was like, call, line.
What's my line?
You had one word to say.
What's my motivation? Give me the emotion. Yes. I'm a method actor. I have to understand everything that's going into my character.
That's right. You took the part seriously.
Well, but that was great. I mean, that's one of my great memories because, I spent pretty much 4 years producing the morning show, and Todd and Vonda gave me a shot, and I was really close with them, and so, lining up a lot of the interviews and kind of helping guide the discussion topics and doing some of the production elements with your characters, Reginald Dawn, Mocha Man, Samuel Jeremiah, all those great characters. Have you played any of those lately?
We still play the chiller theaters around.
Okay, like Frank and Christian.
I told him to start writing new stuff. He hasn't gotten anything yet.
I have 2 scripts that have been written and submitted.
Right. Jeff's cracking the whip then, right?
I haven't been submitted anything yet.
Talk to April. She's got 2 scripts. I got them. They're ready to go. I'm ready to do them. We have to bring Chad.
Ready, huh?
You'll have to fly back in, Chad, to do them.
Guest producer, huh?
So tell us, Chad, you were, so obviously you were with, how many years were you with Yes FM?
Well, I'm always fuzzy on the math. I was listening to Rob share some of his memories, and you guys going back and forth of how he was there full-time and then he was there part-time, and that's kind of how my story went. I was there from 1999 till about 2004 full-time as a morning show producer, a production assistant, DJ. I hosted the Loud Planet for a few years. And then I came back part-time to kind of work with some of the different fundraising events like Yes Fest and the online auction.
Yeah.
I was doing some of those things as well. I worked closely with Vonda in promotions. It was a little bit of everything, but I think my official title for a few years was morning show producer and DJ.
So give us a story. Do you have a story or a memory of maybe a time where you got to minister to someone or interact with a listener that was just meaningful to you?
Yeah, one of the memories that sticks out to me is when I was hosting the Loud Planet, and we got a letter from a guy who was serving time in Stryker. And I think it was a long stint. He was in there for a few years, but he had become a Christian. And he took it upon himself to share the gospel with his other inmates. And one of the things that he would do is rent out headphones. That was like a big privilege there in prison, was to get a pair of headphones so that you could listen to music. And so he would buy up 2, 3, 4 pairs of headphones, and he would give them out to guys and say, hey, you can listen, but you have to listen to the Loud Planet, or you have to listen to Yes FM. And so, he sent us a letter and was telling us about this, and it was just amazing. Just a reminder, okay, God, when I'm on air, when I'm behind a microphone, it's more than just playing music, but as I have an opportunity to share a Bible verse or to be encouraging to somebody, people are listening, and through the music, through the ministry, God, you can change lives. And so it was just awesome to hear that guy, even while in prison, he was looking out for other people and serving them and pointing them to Jesus.
Wow. What a great story of how Yes FM is impacting people in so many places that we might not be able to get into and reach people, but Yes FM can reach them. And then people are taking that, and they're using that to reach other people, reach their friends and people around them.
Amen.
Yeah, that's
Amen.
awesome. So what are you up to now, Chad?
Well, believe it or not, I'm a pastor.
All right, that's frightening.
That's crazy.
The fact that the two of us are both pastors.
I know.
No wonder the church is in the state it's in.
That's right. God is a God of miracles. So I served for about 9 years as an associate pastor at Oak Bend Church in Perrysburg. So a shout out to Oak Bend if anybody's listening. But about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years, it'll be 2 years in August, God just put on my heart and with my gift set just to lead me to be a senior pastor. And so I'm the senior pastor at Westwood Fellowship in Woodburn, Indiana. So again, a shout out to all those listening from Westwood. And if you basically just take 24 out of Toledo through the rest of Ohio, you cross the state line into Indiana. It's the first exit there on 24, and then Fort Wayne's about another 15 minutes west. So I've been serving here as pastor for the last year and a half, and a great body of believers, a great church. We love serving them and serving with them. So God's been good.
So on a good day, you can get us in your car there.
We did. I was just telling Tommy as I was driving in, it's a little fuzzy, but as I come a little bit closer, to the state line, I was picking you up, heard some POD. So that was warming my heart.
Hey, Chad, thank you so much for spending some time with us. It's great to hear from you again, buddy.
Yeah.
You got it. We love you guys. Love Yes FM, and just encourage those people to call in with a pledge.
Thank you so much. Hey, thanks, Chad. God bless, brother.
You too.
Bye. That's Chad Olszewski. And, just another memory back 25 years as we're bringing on some of the folks who've helped out and made Yes FM what it is and been a part of this ministry in the past 25 years.
I didn't hear the whole conversation. I don't know if he talked about when both he and Craig Magerman were interns at the same time, and they were a big force in doing our music survey, calling out to people. That was when we called you and asked you for your opinions on a list of songs.
I remember him doing those. He's like, I got to go call some people, do a music survey.
So you may have gotten a call from Chad.
Yeah, at some point in your career.